I'm so sick and tired of applying to jobs, going through 3, 4 interviews just for them to tell me a month later that I didn't get the fucking job. If you're a recruiter, you need to start like telling people that they didn't get the job after the first interview at this point. Like, I'm so sick of applying. I've been applying to jobs since fucking April, and it's fucking October, and I've gone on, for example, I went on an interview with this company 4 times. It took them a month to tell me that I was not getting the job. I actually had to reach out to them just to see if the position was still open. This is ridiculous. Like, there was another job I did 4 interviews for. I filled out my references and everything just for them to tell me that they went with the internal candidate. Like, come on. I'm so tired of this job shit. It's getting on my nerves. Like, I'm sick of it. Like, just kiss my ass at this point.
Can someone tell me why applying to jobs is so discouraging? I don't even know what to do with myself at this point besides wait to get my Pilates certification and start teaching in July, because I feel like none of these jobs are real. I feel like they're all just fake jobs, and I'm really getting sick of it. So recruiters don't respond. Hiring managers don't respond. I can only tweak my resume and redo it and tailor it to jobs so many times. And I think, I don't know, I think I might be done with corporate America. I think I'm gonna have to hustle another way. And like, I know there's jobs out there because I see people on LinkedIn starting new jobs. They gotta be somewhere, right? Who are these hiring managers? How are you getting these jobs? If you have tips, please, I'm open, because I have a lot of experience and I've been in the corporate world for a long time and I haven't even gotten one interview. I worked in New York City for nearly a decade. It's been 6 months since I lost my job. So it's not like it's only been a month. It's been a long ass time. Anyway, I know I'm not alone here. I know a lot of people are also going through this. So any advice that you found helpful to at least land you an interview, I would love to hear. I would love to know.
I'm gonna fucking crash the fuck out. I can't tell you, I was looking for a job right now. I literally have your sympathy. It took me forever to find the job that I have. I was working at McDonald's in December. Then I found this job, other restaurant, local family business. Things were going good. I was working 4 days a week, 6 hours a day. Oh, and then they all of a sudden want to hire someone else to do my position, so they have two different people doing my position, and then they want to start cutting my fucking hours. Can't deal with this shit right now. I only get paid $14.70 at this job. First of all, because the minimum wage in my state is 15. Even that is way too fucking low for this fucking economy. Second of all, they were giving us tips when I first worked there. I was getting like $60 a month in tips. That's not a lot, but it's still a good amount. They stopped giving us tips a couple months ago. Bitch, I said, where are my tips? Probably going into the fucking medical bills or fucking, I don't know, because they're fucking going broke from this business. Okay, y'all are like in your 60s. I don't even know how long. Y'all need to just give up on this. Y'all need to just retire, like, at this point, okay? So now they want to cut my hours? Bitch, I gotta pay rent. I gotta buy food. I got shit to pay for it. I'm 18, bro. I'm 18. My last paycheck was like $300. Like, $300? That's nothing. So now I'm trying to find a new fucking job and I can't. There's no one's fucking hiring. The job market is fucking ass cheeks. The house market is fucking ass cheeks because we're trying to sell a fucking house. We can't afford it. My mom lost her job. She doesn't have a job. We don't have any money, so we got to sell the fucking house. So the mortgage is gonna get taken away. We're gonna be homeless. Okay, rambling, but I'm really mad. And because my manager texted me this morning, I didn't go to work yesterday. I had my graduation. I didn't work last Monday. It was Memorial Day. We get holidays off. They have sent me home like 3 times in the past 2 weeks. And she texted me this morning, actually, can you not come in? We don't really have the money. Bitch! Then why'd you hire the fucking person to do my job? Like, you only needed one person. You could have kept me. I wouldn't have to be leaving. You wouldn't have to be sending. I want to try to do like pet sitting. I don't have a car though. My only transportation is the light rail, so I have to find places I can access to that. But fucking Wag and Rover want to charge like a $50 like fee to become a sitter. Like, bitch, does it look like I have $50 right now? I know, like, does it look like I have $50? Does it look like I have $50 right now? I literally have 0. She was 0. Can someone crash out with me? Cause like, what the fuck?
If you got a job, keep your job. Do not quit or leave that job. I don't give a fuck how much you dislike it and hate it. You will be out of a job for so long, my boy. I'm not joking. I lost my job and I just got a job within like a month, but that's because I took some motherfucking grinding, okay? I was outside giving out resumes, applying online, calling people, all types of shit. I put in like 600 applications and I only got like 3 interviews in like the last 3 weeks. So please keep your job. I'll finally start a new job tomorrow. You know, blessings be to God. You know, I've been praying on that shit every day for the last 3 weeks. Get up. You gotta have to put a lot of work in, but trust me, keep your job, bro, because you will be out here struggling looking for some shit.
So I just got another rejection letter. But this one was even better than the other ones I've gotten because I received 2 from the same company. Yeah, I had a Zoom interview about a month ago, or I had a phone interview from the recruiter, and then she was like, you know, you sound great for this role. I'm gonna put you right in touch with the hiring managers. I had a Zoom with the hiring managers, 3 other managers. The interview went so well. I thought in my head, I thought I aced it. I'm easily getting this job offer. I had another interview too, which I also thought I was getting that job offer, but both of them I didn't get the job offers for. No. So that one in particular, the recruiter reached out and said, hey, you know, we decided that they're not going to move forward with you. But she's like, but we have this other position opening up that I want you to apply for because I think it might be a better fit and they pay a little bit more. I was like, okay, cool. Why didn't they hire me? What happened? What was wrong? She was like, oh, well, you refer to old people or older people, like when you were talking about your experience, as old people. I was like, okay, you know, nitpicky, but okay, I get it. And then she was like, yeah, and they said that you were drinking, like you were taking too many sips of your water, and it looked like you were a little bit comfortable, or maybe a little nervous. I was like, okay, that's interesting. I can't take a sip of my water, and I swear to God, I took like 2 sips of my water during the entire hour-long interview. So okay, fine. So I'm like, you know what, fine, it's okay. They want me for this other role. So I studied up on this role, you know, I had my questions ready. This was an in-person interview, so it was my time to shine, you know, be very present. And I looked good, I smelled good, I was very friendly to the people. It was a very nice conversational interview. They asked me a bunch of situational questions. I can answer situational questions because I have experience. The companies I'm applying for, it's the same exact customer service roles I'm already working at. I work customer service and finance. This is customer service and financial tech. Same fucking shit. Okay. And I have prior experience as a service advisor and as an operations manager. Like, I have so much experience. So it just pisses me the fuck off that I'm not getting selected past this stage. And I thought that went really well. I was like, I'm getting that job. Like, I'm getting it. Like, I was like, I'm getting it easily. No. I get a thing about 5 minutes ago, an email saying thanks. And once I saw the thanks, I was like, yeah, fuck everybody. Thanks, but the 2 hiring managers decided to move on with other candidates. Sorry. We wish you luck in continuing your job search. What the fuck? Like, you're playing in my fucking face right now. Nothing went wrong in the interview, actually. And I'm very conversational and personable. Like, what did they see in other people that they didn't see in me? Because I have experience. It's just like, is it because I'm black? Because I can't think of anything else. Because what do you mean saying old and drinking my water as reasons that you didn't hire me? What the fuck? Like, the rest of the interview, I'm answering all your questions. I'm asking you questions about the job. I'm asking you, what does success look like? What are the biggest challenges? What does the onboarding process look like? What is the team dynamic? I'm asking you questions, and I'm giving you great answers, but you're focusing on 2 fucking things that don't mean anything. And I bet for this other interview I just had, which was in person, it was probably some shit like that. Because this is an entry level role. I have experience already. You're not hiring people that are kind of more qualified than me. You're not, unless they already work in the fucking company. They don't. So it just pisses me off because I'm just like, you are playing in my face. Like, the job market is fucking shit, and y'all are playing in my face, and it just pisses me off because I really was like, I got this in the bag. Now, mind you, I got another rejection this morning from a company I thought I nailed the interview for. I had this interview about 2 weeks ago, and I spoke on the phone. She was like, "Oh my god, you sound so great. I'm gonna send you to our hiring manager." And I got a Zoom. Then, like 2 days after, the Zoom was great. I thought it was great. And then she was like, "Okay, you'll hear the next steps within 24 to 48 hours." A whole fucking week goes by, and I didn't hear anything. So I sent a message because I'm like, I haven't heard anything in like 7 days. I hope, I'm still being considered for this position. And they were like, she finally got back to me today. And she was like, "Yeah, sorry, they decided to move on with another candidate for that." Gave me no reason why. I'm so qualified for that role. I'm like, I don't know why you didn't move on with me. Okay, I thought I nailed that interview, which I did. But she was like, "We have another position opening up. We want you to speak with the recruiter for that role." And so now I'm gonna have to do this whole process again, probably to get the same result. Wish me luck, because this is fucking awful. And I feel like the reason I'm not being selected is for something I can't actually change. And then it's gonna force me to settle for a position that I don't fucking want, which I will not do. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna get through this without crying. I just got promoted to Associate Director of People, and on Friday, I was laid off. This is a month after I was just promoted. I know TikTok is really good at helping people find their next landing. We were in the process of a new home, no longer able to do that. I've got over 9 years of experience in human resources, in people operations. If anyone sees this and knows of anyone that is looking for someone to come on board, their team, I'm happy to send my information. This market is just, it's rough.
Alright, so I definitely didn't think I was going to be making this type of video, but my name is Christina, and I got laid off from my influencer marketing job in beauty. I was the director of influencer marketing, and the layoff came really out of nowhere. I mean, I know that this is happening across so many different industries, so this is kind of just a PSA to, like, please have an emergency fund set up, because you just never know. You never know when you're going to lose your job, especially if you're working for someone else. You don't have control over that. It's just a thank you to my past self, because I have been, like, setting up an emergency fund just because you never know. You never know when you might lose your job. And this has given me not only freedom, but time to decide what I want to do next and not rush into something that maybe is not the right fit for me, and be able to actually explore something that I've been wanting to do for a bit, but was never thinking it was the right time, which is freelancing. And yeah, I kind of am, like, taking this as a redirection to lean into that. It fits into the lifestyle I want, and I know people who have made great money out of it, but it's also scary. It's scary because I've always had a full-time job. I always knew I was going to get paid 2 times a month, and I could budget that way, but I feel like this is now, like, the universe telling me, like, okay, this is something you've been wanting to do. You're kind of in the position to do it. Why not try now? And I would love to document the process with you guys. It's something I was always curious about, so let's see if I make it or not. And yeah, I'm excited to honestly just have a little bit more of time back to really lean into the more creative side of myself, for myself, because my job was always a bit creative, but for my own being, for my personal brand, and so on. So this is kind of the start of that, and I look forward to connecting with any other girls who are also in influencer marketing. Please let me know. I know there's a huge community of us out there. I started this job over 8 years ago, and the industry has changed so much, so always learning new things, and yeah, I look forward to this new chapter.
I was just laid off from my full-time job last week, and if I said I wasn't freaking out, I would be lying. I've been freaking out all weekend. But something that keeps me going is I'm at a better spot than if this happened a year ago. For those who don't know, I'm a content creator. I have a little bit of following on the other app with the same username. And I create UGC content. I work with a lot of brands. I have paid brand things that are due and coming up, and I feel like I haven't really focused on that in a while, so this is a perfect time. I truly think this is my time to shine in the influencer space. That being said, it's still not easy, and I know layoffs are happening everywhere. It's happening in marketing, it's happening in the government, and it's just, it sucks. It sucks to already be worried about finances and money and things being expensive, and then a rug pulled out of you. I'm sad. I'm angry. I don't know if I could have prevented this. I don't think so. I think it's really out of my control, but I think it's the universe putting me in a spot where I can truly shine and do what I truly want to do, which is create content full-time, be a full-time influencer. But yeah, if you're new here, I'm Anais in Balance. I create content around living a balanced lifestyle in Miami. I love going out. I love going to space. I love going to concerts. I love drinking, but I also love wellness and taking care of myself. And right now, I truly need that taking care of myself over the latter. So I'm going to bring you along this journey. Today is Tuesday, May 27th, and I have things to do. I have videos to edit, videos to film, my life to kind of regroup. And so I think the first phase of this is to regroup, to reset. We're going to clean today. I'm going to take you around my day, and I have a lot of ideas, a lot of good things coming. It's Miami Swim Week, so I have a lot of events to go to. I actually am going to go film a dinner tonight for a dinner collab. So yeah, so all good things. It sucks, and it's okay that it sucks, but the show must go on. So let's get today going.
Applying for jobs feels like applying to get into like an Ivy League school.
12 interviews with this company.
Jobs are not gone. They're just changing.
I applied to 647 roles before I got one.
I have 4 back-to-back interviews today for one job, and this is the 3rd round of the second time I'm going through this. This would then be 12 interviews with this company.
Why is it so hard to get a job right now? There are moments where I'm like, why didn't I choose the medical field? Like, I had to choose corporate. I'm kind of burnt out. When you send out hundreds of applications and a majority of them are rejections, or I just recently had an interview and it was supposed to be 30 minutes, but they spared me 10 minutes without even letting me ask them questions. They say you only need one company to believe in you, but it's an employer's market and I'm struggling. I'm completing my master's soon, and since I'm doing career change, I don't have any experience, professional experience in that specific field. So I'm competing with the undergrad students for internships and entry-level jobs, even though I have years of corporate experience and a master's degree.
Just into the only interview I've gotten in weeks after applying to so many jobs, and it's first of all in the same parking lot as my high school job, so that's great. And also they were replacing their workers that are planning on going on strike soon, so I'm not even morally aligned with the job.
Applying for jobs feels like applying to get into like an Ivy League school. Like I literally couldn't place the feeling of like, what is this feeling that I'm feeling? It feels so familiar. It's like writing a college entrance exam, writing a college entrance essay every time you apply for a job, except there's no college at the end. It's literally like, if you're lucky, if you're one of the hundreds of applicants chosen just to like get an interview even for this job, congrats, at the end you get a 9 to 5. Like, I'm like pining. I'm pining so hard. Let me block these people in my head. I'm like, well, they just got to know me. Just give me a chance. Like, as if I'm not doing work for them. You know what I mean? Like, I go to click on a job to apply to it. It says 273 people applied today, and it was posted less than 24 hours ago. How am I supposed to compete with that? But when they reach back out to you by the grace of God, if they do get back to you to tell you, oh, like, we're moving forward with other applicants, I feel relieved. I go, oh, that was so nice of them.
Right now, there's so many layoffs. Job security is really low, and if you're starting out, it's really hard to get an internship or an entry level position. So what's happening is it's not about budget cut or the economy, because if you look at last year, they made $500 billion. So they do have the budget to hire more people. So what's happening is they're shifting focus on automation, people that can leverage AI, and that's why they're hiring seniors, because seniors understand that. So how do you stay ahead? You have to be good at communication, you have to be good with strategies, and you also should learn automation and all about it. So these are skills that AI cannot replace.
Right now, I don't have a job, and it's not because I'm not qualified, it's not because I'm lazy, and it's not because I'm not trying. I don't get unemployment. I can't get unemployment. For the last year, I've been unemployed for 51 or 52% of the time, so literally over half the time. In between jobs at 3 different companies, I lost the job twice. I always came back and lost it again. And it's not that I lost it, it's that I've quit or walked out over good morals. At Giant, I walked out over them making fun of somebody who had autism, the only nice person who worked. At Giant, who the fuck do you think you are to make fun of someone who's autistic? You feed people, the whole wide community, and you make like $13 an hour. You're miserable. I thought that I would be in a less malevolent, chill space by working for $10 less an hour, but apparently not.
So I have a little update. I'm here in LA doing the same thing I was doing back home, which is apply to jobs, revamp my resume, and just prep for interviews. I actually landed my first interview ever 2 months into applying. I'm still unemployed. It was for a PACU overnight position, which I was really, really excited for. It consisted of 2 interviews, the first one with HR, the second one with the nursing manager and assistant nursing manager, and I think it was going really well up until they asked me about my 5-year plan. Once I said I would consider pursuing an NP career, I literally saw the nursing manager immediately shake his head no. It took me aback, and when he noticed that it took me aback, he immediately started nodding his head yes. So once I saw that, I knew I probably didn't get the job. The job posting closed after that for about 3 days, but I just checked again and it's now open, so safe to say I did not get that job, but I've continued applying. I have an open house scheduled, so I'm just gonna show up, put my best self forward, and hand out my resumes like it's candy, and yeah, hopefully I land another interview sometime soon, or I'm back on here with a job.
I'm Caitlin, I'm a university graduate and I applied to 647 roles before I got one. So I studied economics and finance at Swansea University and I also did a year in industry. Initially I applied for jobs I really wanted. As I got rejected more and more, I started widening the scope, applying for my degrees in finance, but maybe business roles, marketing roles. I was looking at everything I had and thinking, was it worth it? I would go through some quite sad phases. Even if it's just generalized feedback, it would just be so handy if I had known you spelt your name wrong, or you had misspellings on your CV, or not enough experience. Everybody looking for jobs is spending so long on these applications, and they take a long time. But to not get feedback, it's just really hurtful at times, to just not receive anything.
Okay. Is anyone else extremely burnt out from applying to jobs? When I tell you I have applied to over 100 jobs and almost all of them have gotten denied. Or when I see a job listing, whether it's on LinkedIn or Indeed, I see that like over 500 different people have already applied. Now don't get me wrong, I know my skill set and I know what I can bring to the table. However, I don't think that jobs are actually using the same methods as it used to. A little birdie told me that jobs are now using AI to read your resumes or whatever. I honestly don't like that idea. I really think that's dangerous. 1, because AI can make mistakes. 2, it's only looking for specific things that the job is listed and told it to look for. If you've ever used ChatGPT, it's never right. Okay, I take that back. It's always right, but sometimes it makes mistakes and it's very, very vague. Honestly, separating one candidate from another based on a couple of words, it doesn't make sense to me. On top of that, every job is laying off. No one wants to hire. Now, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of jobs out there. And there's nothing wrong with working at certain places. I am currently working at a job which I don't like. I'm gonna have to toughen it out and power through it. But in order to find the job that you actually want or that you've gone to school in, is damn nearly impossible right now in this economy. What do you guys think the problem is? Do you think there's ever going to be a solution? Comment below.
This job market. I hate to be the one to mention the job market because unless you've been living under a rock, we're all aware that this job market has just been absolutely brutal. But I have finally gone to experience what the job market is currently like as of May 2024, but on the other side, as someone part of a company that was hiring. I've been working at my current marketing agency for a little over 3 years, and the last time we did a round of hiring was 2 years ago in 2022, which isn't that long ago, but there are some noticeable differences from hiring then versus hiring now. And let me just say, if you are a new grad in 2024, even the 2023 graduates, I feel so bad for you. I'm sending you all my best energy because seeing this firsthand, it is fucking brutal. Now, things might be working differently in other industries. I am not a recruiter. I work in a marketing agency, not even on the HR team. I work on the data analytics side. So the fact that I'm noticing some of these changes being on the data side, watching the hiring process is kind of a big deal. So when I found out my agency was hiring, I knew immediately that it was going to be easy to hire for these roles because it's an employer's market. There are way more qualified candidates looking for jobs and jobs available. But I truly did not expect it to go this fast. These job postings went live only 2.5 weeks ago, and as of right now, there are several candidates for each available role already in final round interviews. So most likely these roles will all be filled by Friday this week. I mean, even within the first hour of these job postings going live, the sheer amount of applicants who applied was absolutely insane. But what I find interesting is that every single candidate in a final round interview right now, from what I've seen, is a referral. Whether they're a close friend or a LinkedIn connection, or I've even had so many talented candidates reach out to me through my social medias asking for career advice and referrals. The point is, every single candidate from what I've seen that's made it this far has someone at the company vouching for them. Obviously, this makes sense. Referrals have always been important to an extent, which is why networking is crucial. However, I have never seen this many referrals in my entire career. And it's because every single person at my agency has so many people in their own personal network that are looking for jobs, especially because of all the layoffs that happened within the last year. So even if you have a referral and you're a great fit for the role, your competition are all the other candidates who are also referrals who also are great fits, if not even more so, because I'm seeing so many people who are honestly overqualified, willing to take a pay cut because they're desperate for a job. Now, the second major thing that I've noticed at not just my own agency, but the agencies that my friends work at who are also hiring, is that the college that you attended is starting to really matter. Look, college prestige has always been a major factor in a lot of high-paying industries like finance or tech, but in the marketing agency world, I am not joking when I tell you that most of the people I've ever worked with in the marketing agency world went to small liberal arts colleges that you've probably never heard of in your entire life. Honestly, if we're going to be real, it's because marketing agencies notoriously pay low salaries. So most students going to a top 10, top 20 university, if they're going to pursue marketing, they're going to end up going in-house at a corporate company like Google. So seeing an influx of applicants from Princeton and Stanford and UChicago, it's very jarring. Okay, this is just a reflection of how bad the job market is because these people are down bad for a job. Naturally, these agencies are going to pick up these candidates because companies want to hire the best of the best, and a lot of the times these candidates are the most talented. So even if you think college prestige is stupid and elitist, and yes, there's plenty of people who went to top universities that are questionable at best, but it really is during times like this where these things matter. Humans are still humans, okay? Humans naturally just want to tie themselves to something that is viewed as worthy. I mean, I swear there's so many companies out there that will hire someone who went to Princeton just so they can say that they have someone who went to Princeton on their team. So at the end of the day, when we have all these amazing candidates in final round interviews who all have equal level and skill, it comes down to vibe. It really ends up coming down to the vibes if we get along. And at least from what I'm seeing, that's why this job market is so brutal, because you can be the perfect candidate with a standout resume who went to Harvard, and at the end of the day, if the person who interviewed before you just has a better fit vibe-wise, personality-wise with the interviewer, they might edge you out.
I keep seeing all these videos about how crazy the job market is. And the job market is really crazy. It's so crazy. Like, I've never been in a situation where I didn't get interviews for probably like 3 months, and then I'll get in an interview and then I won't hear back like at all. Like, I didn't know this was happening everywhere, but apparently it is. And it's so crazy because that's exactly why everyone's influencers now. This is why everyone is content creators. Everyone's finding ways to make money outside of having jobs, because these jobs are crazy. Like, they're paying the bare minimum for you to do the absolute most, or it's like, it's just too much. It's too much for too little. You know what I mean? And we could literally make money being on our phones, starting businesses, doing our own thing. And this is what I feel like everyone's just at a point of doing, like, because the job market is ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, even people that have master's degrees, people that have, like, all the experience in the world are having trouble out here. But we get on TikTok and we get on Instagram and we be ourselves and we make more than what the freaking jobs will pay us.
All I'm gonna say is the job market right now is driving me insane. Tell me why I had an interview this morning. A virtual one, Google Meet. I dressed up like this. We had pajama pants on, but nice upper body. I was set. I was ready to go. I had my camera on. It was at 10:30. I was in there by 10:27, sitting, waiting. Well, you know, so I gave it until 10:35. I checked the email, made sure my link was right on both of the emails they sent me. The link matched. And then I read more and it said, after 5 minutes, call. And I was like, I have anxiety. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give them like 20, 15, 20. 10:45 rolls around. I'm like, I should probably call. Mind you, one time it said that nobody was joining, so it stopped loading. So I had to reload and rejoin. I called. Customer service answered, da-da-da-da. I was like, hi, can I speak to a manager? Da-da-da-da. She was like, yeah. The manager answers. Mind you, I've worked at this job already. I know who this manager is. I'm not going to talk about it, but I answer. She's like, hello. I was like, hi, I have an interview this morning and I've been in the meeting and nobody has answered. I called that phone number and it was out of service. One, I don't have a phone interview. Why are you calling my number? I don't have a phone interview. I have a Google Meet interview. I was on Google Meet. Where were you on Google Meet? Two, my phone is not out of service. I talked to somebody else from the store yesterday. If my phone is out of service, how did I talk to her less than 24 hours ago? But okay. Well, I've been in the meeting since 10:30. I'm not sure when my phone did that. Maybe you had the wrong number, but, yeah, nobody's joined. Okay, well, we can just do the interview right now over the phone. What was all this for? What was all this for? Why are you calling my number? Get on the Zoom. Get in the field. We asked questions. Yesterday, I got called to ask about my availability because they're looking for something specific. I told the lady my availability. I got one thing wrong, so I said over the meeting today I was going to fix it. I don't think she got what I was saying. I told her I'm going on a trip and I start school in August because I was asked if I have completely open availability for the next 6 months. I have school 2 days a week for like an hour, but besides that, I'm open. I don't think she picked up what I was putting down. So do I think I'm going to get the job? That's to be told, but I have worked there before, so let's hope that goes in my favor. Otherwise, I'm going to be broke and just going to be a broke girl summer, and I'm not here for it.